I believe if someone commits a crime, a serious crime, a violent crime, they should be deported. When we talk about mass deportation, I don't think it's an honest conversation with the people of this country. Our entire economy, whether we like it or not, is built upon, let's call it 12 million people who are here undocumented.
Isn't it a crime for people to be here illegally to begin with?
Of course it is.
Okay.
But again, here's the problem I have with that discussion too. I agree. I would love a world where every single human being only came in legally.
Chad, what do you make of that? I mean, it's one thing to say, okay, if anyone commits a crime, they should, of course, face consequences. But, oh, yeah, they're here illegally. That's a crime, too. But we can't do anything about that.
Yeah, I would say two things. Sanctuary city policies actually protect those that commit serious criminal acts in these jurisdictions. And so, you know, look, the former mayor can say that he's for removing those types of individuals. But again, the policies that he put in place and that others have put in place actually shield those individuals from being picked up by federal law enforcement. It's just a fact. The numbers bear it out. And then the second piece, look, we know that the vast majority of folks that are here illegally are working illegally as well. But we shouldn't just turn a blind eye to that and say, well, it is what it is. So we should ignore that. Instead, we should try to get them back into proper legal channels. We should remove those that don't have a legal right to be here and then fix our legal immigration system, whether it's high-skilled visas or low-skilled visas, to make sure that people that do work here have proper work authorization and have come in the country illegally. To just simply throw your hands up and say it's too difficult, so we're just going to allow people that come here illegally to work, I just don't think that's the answer.
Jason, we also want to get to this. Tom Homan, the incoming border czar, he was on another network talking about the deportations that are going to begin when they get into office here. Let's play it.
This effort to carry out the mass deportations begins. I know you said it starts on day one, but after how many days will we actually start to see that happening?
Day one. Day one will be ICE officers across the country will be out on the streets. Right out of the gate, President has made it clear, and I've made it clear, the priority right out of the gate is public safety threats and national security threats.
Now, Jason, the question I have for you following up, obviously this is going to happen on day one, has to. It being done legally. I think there's some on the left saying that this will be illegal, done in a certain way, but this will be done legally, no?
Well, of course it will be. You know, look, that's just rhetoric. Here's the bottom line, though. We have to really be open and honest. We historically have had a national security model, meaning that we hold the line, and those that cross illegally along the border regions, we deport them. Now we've got to look at that domestically. Under the Biden-Harris administration, they opened this at a level we've never seen before. Not only that, they opened it to the world. So we've got people here from all over, you know, in countries that don't like us very much, like those special interest aliens and those who come from a country with a terrorism nexus. So that infrastructure domestically, we don't have built out. And that's what Tom is talking about. Sure, you can start the deportations immediately, but to get to the mass numbers, a lot of this is going to have to be built out over some time, guys. It's going to take a little while. We're truly looking at an adjustment period as we go from a national security failure to a public safety crisis that we're in. And then the new border czar, Tom Homan, great guy. Look, I can tell you, I know him personally, incredible guy, but he has to also build his own office up. So we're going to see a phased-in program here that's going to have to take place. And look, like he says, it starts on day one.
Yeah, and Jason, I do have to say we had Tom Homan on American Agenda, and he spoke very, very highly of you.
Yes,
so just wanted to point that out to you. Chad, last question for you. If deportations start on day one, and I believe what Tom Homan said, he's very resolute about that, what needs to be happening now? What are they doing now in order to make that happen on that very first day?
Well, obviously, first of all, they have to get in, the transition team has to get in there and see how bad it's broken, how bad the system is broken. I think they can do that pretty quickly. They're going to have to build up the capacity back in ERO, that's enforcement removal operations. They need to start talking with state and local folks, which I know they are as well, for a force multiplier. They've got to get detention facilities back up and running, because anytime you deport someone, you've got to put them in a bed and then get them to the flight line and then remove them. So there's a lot of things that they're going to have to do in this transition period. I know it's all achievable. It's not rocket science. It is achievable. They will be able to do it, and they will be able to remove individuals starting on day one.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Great conversation. Chad Wolf, Jaeson Jones, we appreciate it.